One of the great things about esports and gaming in itself are the life skills that that brings to students. This is something that is, of course, near and dear to not only myself, but to the team that I work with as educators. When we get questions regarding how to build an esports program, you can't talk about an esports program without talking about life skills. Because ultimately, if you think about it, um, if you were to ask, let me back up a moment. If you were to ask a student, what do I want to be? What do you want to be when you grow up? So many of them now say, I want to be a famous gamer. I want to be a famous YouTuber, a famous streamer. And really, the chances of them becoming a pro gamer are very slim. If you think about athletics and sports as a whole, it's less than 1% that make it to the pros. And it's the same in gaming. So we have to look beyond just the gamers when it comes to esports programs. So what's happening behind the scenes? Yes, we always see the students that are the ones, with the mouse in their hand, the ones that are playing the game, but there's so much happening behind the scenes. Who is streaming it? Who is casting? Who's designing all of their graphics and logos? Who's on social media, making sure that everything goes out, and who's, streaming to Twitch, and how is all of this happening? There are so many places for a student, starting as young as elementary school. There is a place for them in esports. They are building skills, whether that's in marketing, communications, design, IT work, infrastructure, security. There's all these different areas that students can learn about and go into. And esports brings all of that together to build these skills for students. When speaking as a parent, when my son was 7, 8 years old, I remember walking into his room and he was streaming with, I heard voices of students that I had never heard before, and I knew they weren't his friends. But after he was done streaming, I asked him. I said, I don't recognize those voices. Where are these your friends? Where do they live? And he's like, oh yeah, one's in China, one's in Australia, one's in. And I just thought, whoa, they're making these connections. They're making these. They're communicating, across the world with one another, which I thought was just incredible. And that's something that you don't see often in classrooms. So that's something that when we talk about life skills, I think that is so special, and that brings something to the table when students begin to look for jobs. They have all of these communication skills and all of these, real world skills that they wouldn't otherwise have if they wouldn't have been a part of gaming and esports.